YouTube, I'm Mimi, if you don't want to say my surname, but if you want to find me on Instagram, it's Mimi Abdul. Either way, I'm here today to do my first YouTube video, and it's going to be a loc tour. Tykara Ann did a loc tour recently on her channel, and she opened it up for everyone to do. So here I am, hopefully spreading some more information about my hair and my hair journey. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see my previous months. I am now in month 5, about to be in month 6, so really excited about that. I'll be doing a 6-month update, and I'm also going to do a recap on my hair previously and in the previous months based on video clips that I just made on my phone. Let me know if you want to see that. Stay tuned if you do. Let's get cracking. Here we go. So I'm going to start with my hair, I don't know, texture, type, I guess. Originally when I started my natural hair journey, I didn't even know what kind of hair type I had because it was always away, or it was straightened, it was heat damaged, or it was relaxed, and it had thermal styling damage from that. So I never really knew like what my hair was like until I really started to go on my natural hair journey and, you know, see how it got. And I realised that I'm about a 4B, or I should say I have like a wave curl. But as we can see here, I actually have a ringlet curl. So that's changed. Or has it? Anyway. In the front of my hair I have a looser curl pattern, which is why you can see them so prevalently, but also the hair is longer, and my locks at the front are a lot thinner than the ones, let's say, in the middle. So in the middle of my hair I have a little bit more resilient hair texture. It doesn't seem to accept moisture as quickly as the rest of my hair does, and it kind of seems to just do its own thing, a little bit like a weed. Like it kind of just grows, like it just grows. But what happens is that I don't know if you can see this, but the roots are kind of thick and the ends are kind of thin, because that was generally what was happening whilst I was wearing my hair in a bun all of the time. So my hair was always pulled back like into a bun like this, like a low bun, and it meant that the middle of my hair and the back of my hair got the most affected by that. We've got longer hair here right at the front, so this hair like right here at the front is now reaching down past my chin. I will say, before I started my locks it wasn't, and bear in mind that was only 5 months ago. And then taking away the front, we got this side section, which as you can see is not really reaching down past my chin. If I stretch it, I mean it does, but there's more curl in this than there is in this hair. Now this hair used to just literally stay really straight, and it's not that it was heat damaged. I mean it was heat damaged, it was dry, it broke, it was brittle, but since I went natural it was fine. However, when I always used to put my hair back, that hair was constantly stretched, so it's kind of remained that way, and that's where we are. That's why this bit is more straight and there's less like elasticity. But one thing I do love is the way that the curls kind of come through on the locks themselves. So then we've got this section here. Again, I said not as straight, but there's a lot more elasticity in this section, and it is a different curl pattern from the rest of my hair here at the back, but it is the same length as this piece. It's just not as bouncy, so there's not as much shrinkage in the front as there is in the side. But yeah, generally these locks here are, I mean, they're a similar size to the locks here at the front, but I mean these locks here at the front are actually really small. these tiny locks here, really small ones, have not unraveled as frequently as the bigger ones have. So if you're thinking about sizing, think about your curl pattern size, because you can see on like these that is the size of my curl. I mean, if I put them together, they would still curl together, but this has never unraveled, never. It's just there, happily. Anyway, then moving on to, let's say, these side ones. Again, this hair continues to have a little bit more elastic, but then when we move over to the very edge of my hair, it's not moving as much. It's not going as much. But can you imagine when I was a natural and I wasn't following like a regime, or I wasn't going for a healthy hair journey, my side hairs, what are they called? Sideburns, side pieces, whatever, would never grow like past here. And you know when you straightened your hair, you always had those little bits that were coming out. Yeah, that was this section. It just was never growing longer than that. But now we are down here past the collarbone, and I love it. Moving on to the middle of my hair. Also to note, because people do ask about this, not everyone has baby hairs, and I have baby hairs. And can I gel them down? Yes. Should I be careful when gelling them down? Also yes, because what happens is the gel gets right into this little hair here, so it's really important to kind of like keep your locks away from your baby hairs if you have them. And I would say, if you are not doing your hair yourself and somebody is doing your hair for you, make sure that they are not putting too much tension on these hairs, because they are so fragile and you still want edges while you have tiny locks, honey. So yeah, they come out by themselves. I don't like pull them out or anything. I don't cut them, I don't shave them off, nothing like that. So they are kind of always there. But yeah, here we are moving on to the middle of my hair. And these locks are a little bit bigger. Not drastically bigger, but a little bit bigger. Oh, sorry. Trying to get a line to show you. Here we go. Yeah, these are bigger, as you can see. And also these tend to unravel. So I always get problems with these, and I barely find them, but on wash day, I'm very inclined to go through all of my hair and kind of just check where anything looks like it shouldn't be the way it is. And then I've got the back, the very, very back, like these little ones down here, which in fact, I took out of my initial install and redid because I didn't like the size of them. So now I have super random sizes of hairs, hairs that don't ever stay together. Yeah, it's all a little bit weird back here, but it's not perfect, but I still love it. And I'm happy with how it's going. I wouldn't say that, look, this lock here, I feel is like doing the best in terms of what's going on in the back of my hair. Do you see how different the lengths are and stuff? That's all from putting my hair up into ponytails. And then I've got like random long hairs. Like this one is a random long hair in comparison to the one next to it. It's also a really thick lock in comparison to any of the ones next to it. But that's fine by me. I'm just going to go through and show you a few of my locks now. So yeah, we've got the absolutely tinies at the front, and I always knew I was going to do smaller at the front because that's what you see first. So what's happened is I've got like a big middle section of tiny locks, and the locks next to it are more suited to my hair. These locks here, if you can see this is like a thin part of my hair. And this hair here was, I don't even know how long when I started, but gradually it's obviously just gotten longer and longer and longer. And I would say it's like interlocked to about there. And all of that is probably what was originally there. But people always worry about like the tiny hairs on your edges. Don't worry, they will be fine. I've got another one here as well. This one would have been the same length, but I took it out because I saw build up, and that was a mistake. So next to it, the locks continue as normal. And then on the side, you can see that like but then we've got this one little random one here. Let me show you, that is not the same on the other side. Yeah, throughout my head I have like randomly sized locks. Honestly, I don't have, oh that was just marrying. I don't have a single lock size. So because I did it myself, I didn't like go with any trigonometry. I wasn't trying to like geometrically part my hair. There are so many girls that have like, well, I don't actually know if there's so many girls. Queenie, Elizabeth on Instagram, Queeneleem, has just put out a video actually of her grid, and she's done a part 2 whole like series on her grid, and I think it's fabulous. Like, it's so detailed to have put so much thought into the shapes on your head, and it's perfect. It looks perfect. Yeah, and then I've got like locks like this that look like they are doing something. They look like they've never come undone, and they make me happy. So one thing, oh here we go. Here it is, a lock that has basically unraveled all the way. And what happens when I get that is I do just twist it back up. You can see like past here it's kind of not going anywhere, which I love to see because it means that something is happening here and it's just making its way down my hair. So yeah, I mean, whenever I twist a lock it ends up looking longer than the rest, but that's okay because it will shrink back up. Now I'm going to say I am I'm 2 days away from washing my hair, and that will be 2 weeks since I last washed my hair and 2 weeks since I retied my hair. And here is how much new growth I have. If you can even see that amidst my greys. Let's see if we can find another one. It's like 1/2 inch, I would say. So there's usually about 1 inch when I retie my hair, which I think is enough to retire my hair, because when it gets any more than that, I'm like, it's all sticking together. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of my grid. So I've got a middle parting all the way to the back of my head. Like wherever it is. I can't find it whilst I'm not really looking for it. And then we've got like a section here or something. Here. And that is it from me. Comment down below who inspired you to start your Microlocs, or your sister locs if you've got sister locs. Share this with your friends or anyone who is interested in locking their own hair or getting Microlocs. I do offer the service, so contact me if you're interested. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. It's Abdul, and you'll find me there. I post basically every day. DM me, I'll definitely respond to you. And thanks for joining me. Bye.